How's it going, everyone? It's a beautiful spring day out here in the garden, and it's finally time to start planting and as well as amend some of these beds. What I'm going to be doing today is planting out my onions, all my leafy greens, as well as sowing some peas and carrots. But before we do all that, I'm going to show you my trick to get things started nice and early, and that is with rabbit manure. Rabbit manure is a cold manure, which means you don't need to decompose it before you add it into the garden beds, as when it breaks down, it does not generate any heat that can burn your plants. Instead, you can add it directly on top of your beds in spring and let it slowly release nitrogen into the soil and help improve your soil. To start, I'm going to be removing any leaf mulch that I laid down last fall, and then I'm going to add a little bit of rabbit manure to the top, and then we should be ready to plant. Now, when you remove your leaf mulch in the spring, you don't have to be too crazy about it. You can leave a little bit of leaf matter on top of the beds, as the worms will just come up and eat this and actually help improve your soil. You just want to remove any really big pieces, or if you see any sticks or twigs that kind of got in the mix. Stuff like that's good to remove, but you don't have to go too crazy about removing every little leaf. Now, before we get started, I just wanted to mention that I did add a nice 1 to 2 inch layer of homemade compost to all these beds last fall. So they're already pretty good and are in a pretty good state right now. But you know, it's always nice to give them a little extra boost in the springtime. So we're just getting ready to plant out this bed here, and one thing that really helps when talking about plant spacing is, instead of taking out the measuring tape and it's bending everywhere and you need someone to hold it and it's a bit of a hassle, just get yourself one of these old style meter sticks here. These things are great. It's easy to just lay them out on the beds and you can see exactly how far you want to go with things, and it makes the job a little bit easier. Alright, so we got 3 different varieties here, and we're just going to try, maybe do 3 rows and see how many we can fit in here. I don't want to go too close, so I'm thinking maybe about 4 to 6 inches between each plant. So we're going to start here with the Grand Rapids lettuce. So we're going to do about 6 to 7 inches into the next row, and the next one we are going to have is going to be the Tom Thumb, which is a butterhead lettuce, but it is a kind of a smaller variety. It doesn't get much big at all, but it's an old heirloom, and yeah, we're going to try our best here. So the final lettuce I'm going to be planting in here is a romaine type. I believe it's called Freckles. It's got all these little spots on it, which is kind of cool. And yeah, excited about this variety as well. Now it's time to plant our long day onions. These are an Italian heirloom variety. So I'm going to space these about 6 inches apart. Start here, and we'll see what we can do. Alright, that's going to be our first row. Then we're going to put about a foot in between it, maybe we'll go a little more. And we're going to do another row, and we can do some onions, some leafy greens in between. Alrighty, now we could start plopping them in. We got some beautiful red leaf lettuce, romaine Paris lettuce, and then some Great Lakes iceberg that we are going to throw in the middle here. Switching things over to the flower department, we're going to be planting some ranunculus right now. We're going to get started on our carrots here. This is how I like to do them. You just take a board here, make a little area to sow them, and you go ahead and bury them up and use the board to help keep the moisture in until they germinate. Down the middle, I'm going to put beets. Last thing we have to sow today is our peas. Oh, well, we planted everything we wanted to get planted today. We sowed some of our root crops as well as some peas. And now it's time to just sit back and enjoy this beautiful weather. I got my shorts on, I can't believe it. First day of the year with the shorts. We got beautiful golden delicious apple here that we're going to enjoy. Layla, come here. Sit. Paw. It's a beautiful spring day. Speaking of apples, I am planning on throwing in a couple apple trees. I got some space in the east side of the property that I'm thinking about throwing in a golden delicious as well as a Honeycrisp. Layla. Layla. So, I don't have too much experience with fruit trees, but it will be nice to hopefully get some fresh apples in the next 5 years. Layla loves them too, so. The tomatoes that we sowed in the last video, I will say probably 60 to 70% of them came up. Unfortunately, we, I think, got some bad seed in a lot of the varieties, so unfortunately some of them didn't come up. I even tried re-sowing, still no luck, so we're gonna have to make a few adjustments to the lineup here that we're planting, but it's okay. That's why you sow more than you need. And you know, still excited about all the varieties we're gonna be trying. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you on the next one. Lots more to come as we officially started the growing season.